Cavaliers lose. Did they lose? They lost.
They lost on Sunday. That's why J.D. Bickerstaff was so upset with the refs.
That's
remember?
right. He took a $15,000 hit. Cavs play tonight, though, the first of their last 3 games of the regular season. They are in Orlando to play the beleaguered Magic tonight, 7 o'clock here on WMMS. The Magic are dead last in the East. 6:30, right after we get out of here, is when that pregame coverage will begin, if you want to hear the whole thing. And then the penultimate game of the regular season is going to be Friday night in Brooklyn against the Nets, and then they're back here at home to close it out. 3:30 tip-off on Sunday against the Milwaukee Buckaroos. But one game at a time. So tonight, Cavs Magic on your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball, 100.7 WMMS, the Buzzard. And Thursday of this week, we will have a short show. Our friend Gab Cruz will sit in with us for a bit. But then 4:10 is your first pitch. It's the Guardians season opener in Kansas City. So 4:10 here on MMS, Thursday afternoon. And then the 15th, week from Friday, will be the home opener against the San Francisco Giants. We will be doing the show live downtown. Should I tell you where?
Ooh, yes.
I was going to be talking about it.
We've been waiting.
I was going to be talking about it tomorrow, more officially, but I can tell you where we're going to be. Because we're going to do our regular show time because it's a night game. It's a 7:10 start on the 15th against the San Francisco Giants. But we'll be downtown for the live Guardians opening day broadcast. Powered by Budweiser, the Major League beer. We're going to be at Pizza 216. Weren't you just there?
Yes, I just was there for my bar crawl. It was the last stop on the St. Patrick's Day bar crawl. And
I've never
like that
been,
place.
so I'm excited.
You got good pizza.
We're going to be live at Pizza 216, which is 401 Euclid. How close is this to where our new studios are going to be? Like across the street?
Kind of across the street. Like it's down about a block or half a block maybe. But I mean, it's right across the street from Corner Alley.
So our studios are going to be sitting there mocking us.
Mm-hmm.
So the 15th, we'll be live downtown for Guardians home opener at Pizza 216. We hope you can stop by. Should be a lot of fun. And again, it's powered by Budweiser, the Major League beer. Have no doubt. But this Thursday, season opener. Is Mary going to games? Is that what's up?
They went to one game, I think.
All right. Tomorrow we'll have a new Poundcake sports break, as it's a Wednesday, and accompanied by the new episode of the Poundcake podcast. Mm-hmm. And what's the new episode of that going to be?
So it's me and my friend Taylor, who lives in Arizona. We take a shot from the past, because we were real big blackout drunks back in those days. And
so you're literally taking shots?
No, we're not taking shots. But her podcast is about her going sober. She had the 180 going sober podcast. And mine is pretty much laughing at how stupid we used to be. And we don't know how we didn't get arrested or robbed or anything. We came out okay.
Yeah, I've often had that little argument, not an argument, but just like a what if with myself, that I basically gave up all of those experiences as a younger man in service of my career. I didn't party in college. I didn't.
It probably served you better.
Well, people
overall.
say that, but I don't know. I know plenty of people. You know, it's not like everybody in college ended up homeless and, you know.
No. I'm not saying that either. But I think having that, but I think there are studies about the later in life you start drinking, the better if you're going to be someone that drinks. Because when you...
I know they say college creates a lot of alcoholics.
Yes, because people don't just drink to have a drink or two, they binge drink. And they think that's how they have to drink every time they drink.
Yeah,
that always seemed to run counter to me, the argument that alcoholics are born and not made. You know, like they say, like,
whose throat is that? By the way,
probably mine.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my throat. It's like I'm still coughing a month later. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. It's driving me bananas.
I think what it comes down to with the people that are predisposed to having the addiction,
once they get a taste.
Yeah, once they get a taste, they go, and it's so socially acceptable then.
I see.
That
when you're in
they
college,
go,
yeah, it's
well,
like
this is
no
what
big
I'm
deal.
supposed to be doing. And then when you're trying to move into the next phase of your life, and you're still living that way, that's when you're not making that transition. That's when it's a problem.
That's exactly what my friend was talking about. And we talked about that in the podcast. She was like, I was still doing the same things I was doing in college. And
Oh, Taylor's a female.
Yes.
I have two. Yeah, I have two blonde Taylors.
Oh, okay.
One's a male, one's female.
Gotcha.
And I went to college with both of them.
So
And
she
we're really close friends with both of them.
just kept partying that same way.
She went out to Arizona, and it was a party atmosphere. I mean, she lived right by ASU campus. So it was kind of hard not to get like sucked into that lifestyle because everyone out there was gorgeous. It's always sunny. It's always something to do. And she was like, I would do my job and then come home and
I think you kind of have to be.
cup it.
You kind of have to be wired for that too. I mean, I knew early on, I was not wired for that. Like my parents didn't really drink. Mm-hmm. I didn't grow up in like a drinking family. Like I don't really drink that much now.
But it's also not even just being wired for that. Like to want to be part of that life of going to a loud club and like that isn't something that's appealing to me. Like I like going.
I was never
out,
averse to clubs. I like clubs,
but like a club once in a while. But like every night.
Yeah, people do
Like
that
how
now.
often were you going? Like every night you're going out and drinking at a bar.
Well, yeah,
and,
that's
like,
a whole other thing. I
That's like you have balance to your life. Even when you were in Pittsburgh and doing all those appearances and stuff like that, when it sounds like you were
I wasn't getting
living it
wrecked.
up, you weren't getting wrecked, right? Like
yeah.
you had a like you could have a drink or two and have fun, whereas someone like I'm sorry to speak on Taylor's behalf or like Mary's behalf, but they're not at the club because it's the energy. It's acceptable to get wasted there. That's why they like it.
Well, but also when I was younger too, I think that I was pretty. I think I was still pretty judgy about it too, because I'd be like, "Have fun now. Things aren't going to work out for you later." But then, of course, all these guys who were just like blackout drunk and got like 1.9s in college, they would just go work for their dad's corporation or whatever. So the joke was on me. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have any background like that. I was going to have to do everything myself. And in my mind, I was like, you got to keep your eye on the ball because you don't know what's.
There's some maturity to it, yeah.
But I often think about, like, I wonder how things would have been if I had had a more traditional college experience. Because it sounds like people had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm Captain Fun. I love fun.
And I had no college experience at all. And I didn't really, I drank a couple times in the Philippines, but I didn't really start drinking until I was about 25 years old. So I was also late to the game and didn't have that like binge drinking experience where you're going out on the weekend and from like Thursday till Sunday you're just drunk the whole time.
I would get my work done. I would do my show at the radio station. I would work my shift at the smoothie place, and I would get off probably around 9, 10 o'clock, however long it took us to close. And I would get home, and the party would already be at my house. And they're like, "Oh, you got to make up for lost time here." I walk in, they would immediately give me a shot. They would immediately make me chug a beer. And then I'm like, well, I didn't even have my stuff off yet. I'm like, let me go upstairs and change. Nope, you got to do this real quick, and then you can go upstairs. So
you chug a beer.
They would push it on me to like chug it, and then you could go change. So in order to get up to my room, I had to chug a beer and take a shot. And then I would come back downstairs and make my own little concoction. And then they're like, "What's in that?" "Whoa, that's way too strong. I don't want to drink that."
151 in grape juice, right?
I was like, "You want some?" I was like, "You made me chug a beer and take a shot." They're like, "Yeah, but I'm not trying to kill you. Just trying to make you make up for lost time." But yeah, the party would already be like, I didn't have to do anything. The party was there. The music was going. The bitches was dancing. I'm like, oh, man.
But like you said, you got all your stuff done. So, like, there's people that were doing that every single night.
Well, it was,
like
it was
even on nights when they like had school or whatever. Like you had some separation at least. It seems like
because I separated myself. I knew, like, people think I'm a shut-in now. That came from college. I would literally have to leave. My room was on the very tippy top of the house, on the 3rd floor. The party would be going on the main level, the 1st floor, and the party would still be bumping. I'm like, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Imagine how good his grades would have been and how much better he'd be at the English language if he got a good night's rest and didn't have to hide his studying from his roommates.
I would just go to my room and I might have a drink to myself and then try and watch a little porn or something like that. And then they would walk up my fire escape and taunt me. They would like look through my window like little perverts. I was like, you guys aren't going to let me sleep? They're like, no, there's a party going on downstairs. You're not going to sleep.
Why not live with non-partiers?
Because that's why my rent was $240 a month.
Yeah, but surely you could have found people that were like academically inclined that...
I mean, hell, I thought I was going to be the last one to graduate. It took me 5 years to graduate because I needed a class that conflicted with this show. And I worked that out. And my roommate, he had like 2 more years after me. I was like, how did you wait that long to graduate? Not that I'm not, study shaming, but damn.
Man, imagine paying $240 a month for rent.
It was great.
Dude.
Jesus.
Well, that's like when I first moved out of my parents' house and had a little spot in Tremont, I was paying $230 a month. And now it's like, I'm like, here's 5 years. Leave me alone.
Like that would
just like you just leave me alone.
I worked.
Here's 5 years of rent. I'm good.
Like a week's worth of pay was enough to pay my rent. So the rest was just beer money. Like my student loans took care of. Oh crap! I gotta deal with that. Crap! I forgot about that. That's
What?
He just realized he forgot to pay his student loans.
No.
Now.
I did not pay them, but they were deferred because of Biden, and it's coming up in May. Crap! I gotta remember that. I got to send in all my paperwork. But besides that,
because he didn't write anything down apparently. So
I knew because they sent me an email. I didn't have to write anything down. But it was deferred, and then they deferred it again, and then they deferred it again. So I forgot. It's coming up in May. Unless it gets deferred again. Come on, Biden. I forgot where I was.
like we're just having a conversation. He goes, "Oh damn!"
Because it reminded me my student loans took care of my rent, so my rent was paid for technically, but $240 I would make that in like a 2 weeks pay, and I would get paid every 2 weeks. So essentially, I'm like, this is just beer money. Like I already paid my rent for the year. All I'm paying for is car, food, and a little alcohol to go out with.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Forgot where he was. Do you remember where you are now?
Yeah, I'm bummed out that I have to start paying rent.
I gotta pay my songs back.
The NOLAN remerges RN while the university or the UN mission as whole received support from all parties in the hues of the Garbins of today. Excuse me.
Poundcake got caught up in the hues of the Garbins. I mentioned at the top of the show that April 5 is notorious for both Lane Staley and Kurt Cobain dying on this day. But this is also the day in 1984 that Kareem broke the NBA all-time scoring record, which he still holds, I think.
Yes, he does.
He
LeBron's second now.
Overtook Wilt Chamberlain, April 5th, 1984. Kareem scored his 31,420th point.
And he still played for like 5 more seasons.
Yeah. He also held the league record for most minutes played, most blocked shots. What?
Biden deferred him again. I love it. I love this man.
He's in there like doing...
He's Googling it right now.
Googling, yeah.
Because I was like, I'm going to get in trouble.
He's doing research here.
Till August. Thank God for Biden. Thank God for that man.
But he said it's only deferred if you know who Alan was just talking about.
By the way, didn't that happen months ago that he deferred it again?
He deferred it to May. And then he just now, it said broke 3 hours ago.
So it just broke. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, literally. Because I remember I was like, damn, I got till May.
You got to pay in May if you can't answer this question. Who was Alan just talking about?
He doesn't. He literally wasn't listening because he was Googling. Yeah, let's say Biden student loans. Send.
You gotta
enter.
You gotta pay it to Alan and I.
All right, I'll pay it to you because I don't remember.
Wait a minute. I know you. You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You play basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm sorry, son, but you must have me confused with someone else. My name is Roger Murdoch. I'm the co-pilot.
I think you're the greatest, but my dad says you don't work hard enough on defense. And he says that lots of times you don't even run down court, and that you don't really try, except during the playoffs.
Listen, kid. I've been hearing that crap ever since I was at UCLA. I'm out there busting my buns every night. Tell your old man to drag Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes.
Walton and Lanier up and down the court for 40 minutes. Did you ever hear the story about Kareem in Airplane, the movie?
No.
They wanted Pete Rose.
Oh, really?
But Pete Rose couldn't do it, so they went to Kareem and they offered him $30,000. He didn't need the money. But there was a rug he wanted, and he goes, the rug cost $35,000. So can you guys give me an extra $5,000? And they said yes. So Kareem is in Airplane.
Because
a
of
classic scene, yes.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get Pete Rose.
I think that was my introduction to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from like watching Airplane as a little kid.
Yeah. He was on this last season of Dave, the Lil Dicky show. If you watch Dave, they had a pretty funny episode where he's trying to talk to Kareem, and Kareem gets like stuck in the men's room or something and breaks his leg. Yeah.
I like Kareem a lot.
Kareem's great. I've got to take a break. If you want to get a text for something, 35192 to get me there. AlanCoxShow.com for the video, and you can listen anywhere you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.